Arnold here with Overland Explorer Vehicles. What you're looking at here is our all-new or brand new platform or model, the 2023 CAMPFX. It's sitting on our production model Alumitray 6.75 foot flatbed, or tray, as some people refer to it as. It's also sitting on a Dodge 3500. Why a Dodge 3500? Well, it's not because of the weight, but the Dodge 3500 that we've got is we're going to keep it for a few years, and it's going to cycle through a couple of different models like the HBE, CAMPFX, etc., etc. So we just thought we'd get the 3500 because there's typically less things you have to do to it suspension-wise. I think all we've done to this one so far is the shocks, and I think we're going to add a sway bar, but we haven't done the sway bar just yet. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Really what this video is about is a walk around on the CAMPFX. What is a CAMPFX? CAMPFX is an CAMPX on steroid. So what it's done is we've addressed some of the wants in a CAMPX that aren't there, like the wet bath and underbed storage and additional storage. So that's what we've done here. So the CAMPFX is designed for a truck pickup box or a truck bed. So as a result, when you put a CAMPFX onto our Alumitray or any other flatbed or tray out there, you end up having a little bit of cab gap between the underbed of the CAMPFX and the truck cab itself. So we took advantage of that with the FX. We just dropped down this section right here, and we did a lot. We took like 5 inches, and that gave us a very generous underbed storage system inside the camper, which you'll see on an inside video that we're going to be doing as well, that you can see on our YouTube channel. Additionally, what we ended up doing is, because we've now gone to a flatbed, it's allowed us to do generous storage systems. This is 17 inches deep, and then it's the full length. Just under the floor of this thing is 6.75 feet. So knock off 3 inches for the front and end walls, and that's what you've got left for your interior cabin or storage space here, which is about 6 foot 5 inches, I believe. So it's very generous storage. I mean, I've got a couple of camping chairs here, tables, fishing rods, you name it, and I have not filled it up. The rest of this camper is very much like the CAMPFX. It's identical to the CAMPFX. It's the same floor plan. We have not moved any of the ancillary equipment locations on the camper. We've just copied everything. All we've done is we've created a flatbed version. So you got your 20-pound propane, shower connection, fresh water, sink, gray tank with a threaded connection, your Truma Vario heater intake and discharge, and of course your Truma AquaGo on-demand hot water system. Now, you'll also notice that we've got in this case, we've got the Alucab shower cube. You can use any, there are so many different models out there now. What we're going to do though, is we're in the process of making up some new brackets that will drop this down just above the light. So I'll be able to stand here, and I'm 5 foot, I don't know, 5'9" on a good day. I'll be able to reach up, unzip the bag, and pretty much do everything from the ground without any assistance for a step up. But if you find that you do need to, you'll notice you've got this L-track on the Alumitray, which is standard. So in the headache rack, you can't see this, it's on the other side, but we've got our OEV folding stairs. So you can actually bring your folding stairs onto this side or the other side if you're dealing with the awning on the other side, and use that to access anything, whether it be your shower stall or your awning. Securing the CAMPFX is very similar to the CAMPFX. We just go to the jack points. That's right, this is the jack point as well as this. So all you're doing is setting up your torque lifts, going into the factory locations on the Alumitray, which have been reinforced to take these loads at front and back, using the torque lift Derringer latches, which are fantastic. They're spring loaded in the front, and then it's a rubber torsion in the rear. The only maintenance these things ever require, because they've got jam nuts top and bottom, once they're set once, and you can identify them to which corner of the camper they actually belong, right on the handle here. The only maintenance you ever have to do is apply white lithium grease inside, because every once in a while it gets a little squeaky. That's all you got to do is give it a couple shots of white lithium grease and you're good to go. Coming around to the back side of the CAMPFX, we've incorporated our OEV MOLLE panels. Again, we make all this stuff in-house. Very generous storage on the driver's side and again on the passenger side. And what you'll find here, as an option, you can get a cassette toilet or a cartridge toilet made by Thetford, the 223 CS series. Great little product in the corner of this camper for the wet bath. If you elect not to go with this and you want the MOLLE panel, we can actually get that MOLLE panel fully extended down. On the passenger side of the CAMPFX, here's the other storage box that we were able to add as a result of the flatbed, which gives you, again, ample room. The wall for this particular unit stops right about here, and that's where you'll find, that's because of the wet bath that's inside the cabin. But again, lots of storage. Unlike the CAMPX, we've had to go to a smaller window. The reason being for that is because of the wet bath, we've had to raise our dinette seating inside. As a result, we introduced what is optional on the CAMPX for the underseat dinette storage system is now included and standard in the CAMPFX. So that eliminated the larger window that you would get on the CAMPX. But this one here, we've used this one here. We're thinking about going to a bigger window, and should we go to a bigger window down the road, that's something that any one of our dealers could install for a pre-existing CAMPFX owner, because it merely means just cutting out the wall panels and popping in a new window. It's pretty simple for a dealer to do. But again, not much else has changed on the exterior. On this side, you've got the drain for your wet bath. We've added, just like the CAMPX, you've got the LED lights on all three sides, the passenger side, the rear, and the driver's side. The rear being an amber. And you'll also notice the center of gravity sticker on this. Now, the center of gravity on our campers is always taken dry weight. The water tank in a CAMPX or a CAMPFX is 20 gallon, which is about 200 pounds-ish. So dry, we are forward of center of axle with this orientation that we've got. If we were wet, you're probably going to move that about 1 inch to 2 inches forward. One thing we could talk about is the weight of the CAMPFX. So the CAMPX is weighing in at 1,347 pounds dry. This one, as optioned, MOLLE racks on the rear, 270 awning, shower stall, roof racks, toilet inside the Thetford 223 CS cassette or cartridge toilet, is weighing in at 2,040 pounds dry, which is still pretty damned impressive. We're very pleased with how that turned out. On this 3500, it handles it beautifully. I'm getting on average highway speed of about 70 miles per hour. We're doing about 21 liters per 100 kilometers. I also want to bring your attention to the weight of the tray, because we often get asked that question about, how much does your tray? This is a 6.75 foot, standard with the headache rack, standard with the underbed storage cabinets, 2 on each side. So we often get asked that question. 680 pounds. So on a 6 foot F-150, for example, with the tailgate with the fold out stairs, that entire aluminum box weighs 434 pounds. So it's not a big step up, adding another 680 pounds. On this particular truck, we removed a 6.75 foot bed, all steel, and it also had the Ram boxes. So I'm not at the time of this video, I've not got the weight of that box, but I'm pretty confident this tray, the difference between the tray is not going to be a great deal actually, because those Ram boxes and the divider in the Ram box itself, they're pretty weighty. So this 3500 Ram handles this complete package very nicely. All we've done, I said earlier in the video, is we've gone to Fox shocks. We've not done anything to the leaf packs. We're probably going to add a sway bar, and then we'll try that. And if we have to do anything else like that, anything else more than that, we'll certainly share that with everyone, because it's always nice to know what you have to do with certain vehicles at certain weights. So that's about it, folks. Again, got any questions, please reach out to us. This entire package, incidentally, I should mention, for Overland Expo in 2022, this will be at all 4 Overland Expo venues. So this is being filmed right now, mid-July. We just wrapped up Overland Expo Pacific Northwest, which is fantastic. And we've also done Expo West in May. So now we're off to, at the end of August, we are off to, where are we off to? We are off to Loveland, Colorado for Expo Mountain West. And then October, I think it's the second week of October, we are off to Virginia, into Arrington, Virginia for Expo East. So look for this entire package at both those upcoming shows. Hope to see you there.